Welcome everybody, and thank you again for joining to my YouTube channel. I want to request you that if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and become a member of this channel so that you can get more videos of this kind. I want to address a question that some of you have asked me in the past, because you have asked then how can one become rich? And I want to address this question specifically to people who have such an anger of becoming rich, not jokers. If truly your purpose and your inner desire is to become rich, then I want to start to address your question today, and I want to invite you to watch through the whole video and make sure that you subscribe. Of course, you will also bless me. I want to talk of two ways to become rich. Two ways to become rich. But before I talk of that, allow me to address some basic issues of wealth. Number one, what is money? Because it is important for us to understand what money is. Some say money is a unit of exchange. That if you want to sell this chair, we will value it and say, give me 10 shillings and I give you. It's worth, let's say, $500. That's correct, because in the current society, the current world, money is a unit of exchange. So it is important for you, if you want to get something, you need in return to have money so that you can exchange your money for whatever that you want. Secondly, money is a measure of value. How does money become a measure of value? The world over, we are using the unit of money to measure value of anything. There are many things, kindly understand, that we can measure value. We can measure value of time. And today, most employed people, they sell their time and in return they receive money. You put in 8 hours a day and in return you receive, let's say, $5, $10, $20. Some people, they sell you their work and in return they exchange it for a certain measure of income, or what we call money. You can also measure the value of knowledge in someone. Some people sell knowledge because knowledge is a commodity, though not tangible, but intangible, but it can be valued. That's why all teachers are paid, because they are selling their knowledge. Most people sell their knowledge, especially those who went to class. They get paid back for the value of their knowledge. That's why you see some people have a higher knowledge and so they get paid more. And some people have a lesser knowledge and they get paid less. And also, I want to say that you can also measure value of a property using money. So we have those four. We measure their value using money. Let me talk of point number two. there is something that the world calls your net worth. How much are you worth? What is your net worth? How can you calculate your net worth? It is always important to understand net worth, because net worth is the amount of money you have received or your income, then less your expenditures. If in the past year you have received, let's say, $5,000 and you have spent $3,000, that means that your net worth as of today in the past 1 year is $2,000, because it is your income subtract your expenses. So accumulatively over your lifetime, we will calculate your net worth by how much you received as income from your different sources, less how much you spent in your lifetime to different ways, let's say through your family, through your car, the outings that you went, all of them accumulated. We subtract from how much you received, then we'll come up with your net worth. I also want to say at this point that when we are talking of net worth, some people can have a positive net worth, which means after all their expenses, they still remained with some money. And some people can have a negative net worth, meaning out of the money they received, they overspent, which means they borrowed, they are in debt. Therefore, they are in negative net worth. Now let's talk about the two ways of becoming rich. For you to become rich, first understand that it is simple. It is for you to increase your positive net worth. If you increase your positive net worth, then your value, your net value goes higher and higher, and eventually we classify you either in the category of the millionaires or in the category of the billionaires. The game is simple. How can you increase your net worth? How can you increase your net worth? If today your net worth is, let's say, $1,000 or $5,000, and you believe that you can go to $1 million net worth, the question is, what are you gonna do to increase into that level? There are two ways, and I want to address them. Number one, and the easiest, of course, of the two, is to make sure that you cut down on expenses, especially the unnecessary ones. Make sure that you minimize your expenses, because net worth is as a result of your income less your expenses. So if you can sustain, for example, if you are making $5,000 a month and you are spending $4,000 a month and you want to increase your net worth, then you are going to work on your expenses that you can bring them down to $3,000 or to $2,000 or $2,500, so that you have the remaining as your investment or your net worth. It is the easiest, and that's what we teach all over, most of us, that please make sure that you are able to manage your expenses. Don't overspend yourself. And I've taught in the past video that please don't compete with the people who you don't know their net worth, their sources of income, who are spending large, who are living large with big cars, we call the guzzlers, with who can buy beer, the whole restaurant, who are spending large, living on suits, expensive, very expensive. If you compete with them and yet your income remains the same, then it means that you are going to overspend your income. Perhaps it can even lead to having a negative net worth. So number two, before I go to number two, that means that if you are able to cut down on your expenses and still maintain your income, then it means that the remaining, whatever you save out of these expenses, you are going to reinvest it into assets that are able to generate more income. So what we call side incomes. You can reinvest that extra money consistently that you are making out of your savings. You can save on your food, you can save on your clothing, you can save on your bills, you can save on your leisure, so that you can invest that income into what we call assets. And we have said before that assets is not a sofa set, it's not a TV, it's anything that can bring back some money. So number two, this is what has made many men and women to be billionaires, is to make sure that you increase, please hear me, increase your income. Find a way. If you are employed or you are in business, find a way to increase your income. If you increase your income to a level, if this is your expenses and this is your income, that means they are at level. But if you want to become rich or to increase your net worth, then what you are going to do, you are going to maintain your expenses at this level. And then you are going to increase your income by making sure that you have multiple sources of income, or exploiting the same area but making sure that you increase value. Then you have more income flowing into you than the amount of money you spend, let's say per month or per year. So the surplus, you will use it to invest in different areas of your life, like stocks, like rentals or houses, like land, the things that will start to add value, to bring more income into your life. And so that's how people have become rich. And I want to say this, there's no shortcut to richness, to becoming rich or becoming a millionaire. You need to discipline yourself, to start disciplining yourself in a way that you make those small investments, buy and buy, small investments, buy and buy, and gradually you will discover that over a certain period of time, let's say 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you have increased your net worth and you have expanded your sources of income. By diversification, you can now get some income from stocks, you can get some income from rentals, you can get some income from business, and perhaps if you are employed, then you can also get your salary. Please understand, if you don't put your mind down and refuse to relax, put your mind down and say, I want to find out how I am going to increase my income to a level that I will overdo my expenditure. Because you know there are some expenditures you can't let go. They must remain in your life. So the best way for you is to make sure that you find a way to increase your incomes bit by bit. Eventually, you will pass the level of your expenditure and you will have more to save, more to reinvest. As you reinvest and reinvest and reinvest, your expenses will come to a point and go on a plateau, and then you will start to become richer and richer. You'll become a millionaire, you'll become a billionaire over time. In my next video, I am going to talk about how you are going to increase your income. And I ask that you don't miss, please, because it is important for you to understand how to increase your income, especially if you are in business. Because those who are in business are the ones who are likely to grow faster, whether it is a small business or a big business. But I want to give you a secret of becoming rich faster, and that is going to trigger your mind. You can't sleep, I'm telling you, because I am going to give you a really gist of how great men have become rich over a short period of time. And I'm sure it is going to transform your life. So I want you to subscribe again to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you like this video if it has touched you, and share it widely so that many people can be touched. In a conclusion, please understand 2 ways to become rich. One is to cut your expenses and make sure that you reinvest the money that you save out of your income. Whether you are employed or you are in business, make sure that your expenses are lower than your income. Number 2, make sure that you maintain your expenses, but you increase your level of income. As you increase your income, your net worth will rise. As it rises, you are becoming rich. Be blessed. Until we meet again, please don't forget to subscribe and be coming back. Share this video widely. I'm sure it will bless someone. Be blessed. Thank you.